What is up, winning team? So, just hopefully a quick one, and just a nice thought of the day. You know, sometimes it's about the small wins in life, and sometimes the small wins can be just as satisfying as the big ones. So, I thought I would share with you guys my small win of the year so far, because I feel significantly less stressed than I was about 3 months ago. And, you know, I just realized I couldn't continue living the way that I was, in terms of always just under so much stress, feeling like I'm being contacted by every corner, like I can't breathe, I can't think. There's always something, someone, somewhere trying to get a hold of me. So I was like, I made a bold choice, and I decided that I was just going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And then I was just going to get on with my day. And if I felt ready, I would take it off when I wanted to, which I still haven't taken it off, by the way. And I would try and take more control over when I look at or engage with certain types of information. So like when I go on WhatsApp being the biggest one, because now everything, work, social, it's all there. And it's actually sad because I want to keep up more like with my friends, especially now that I have such a good batch of them. But it's just a thing where, sorry, hold on. Yeah, we did a lot of sifting last year of just figuring out what things and people should or shouldn't be in my life. And so, honestly, I feel quite happy, like I've said, about my situation. And I'm grateful for the people that God has put in my life, because they're just so understanding. Because when I tell you guys my goal as far as friends, you're going to think this is ridiculous, but here's the truth. My goal is to make sure I keep up with everybody at least once every 2 weeks. So that just goes to show you two guys that I said that I'm such a horrible friend, how bad the situation is. For me, that's a win. So at the moment, I'm trying to stay on top of that. And it's sad because obviously I end up not being available for them because I'm being so busy being available for others, also through my job and stuff. And that's another thing that I've kind of adjusted slightly, where I've just decided I'm really, like at the end of last year, towards the last couple of months, I got really very picky with who I was and wasn't going to work with. As in, like, I kind of just let, like, for a couple of weeks, I kind of just, like, obviously I do my, oh, what a cute little birdie. What a cute little birdie. Do you guys know what I was thinking about just now? I was thinking about this time when I grew up, when we were in Zimbabwe. So I would have been not even 8 years old with this time, because I turned 8 when we got back here. And I don't know if it was for an event, but we went on we went to explore to see all the animals, right? Like a safari, but it wasn't just a safari, you guys. And it wasn't like we were in a car. We were on horseback. We were on horses going around seeing like these beautiful, gorgeous animals, the elephants, the zebras, all these animals just in their natural habitat. It was one of these coolest things of my childhood, like, honestly, one of the coolest things ever. And yeah, I don't know why I had to mention that. That's just so cool. I feel like I was thinking in my head, I need to make sure I drop in more positive stories, guys, because my life isn't all bad. And it's not that I only think about the bad either, by the way. It's just that, like, those are the bad things are the things that I need to recover from. Does that make sense? So that's why I think about them, because like these are the areas that I need to work on for myself, to like fix myself, or allow the Lord to help to fix me and just participate. But anyway, yeah, so once every 2 weeks. So that's been my goal, and I'm doing okay with it. And like I said, I'm so grateful to actually have friends who understand where I'm coming from. And like when I told them at the beginning, I was like, look guys, listen, I'm not going to be the greatest of friends right now. But the funny thing is, and I feel like this is why, you know, God brings people into your life. They all have quite complicated things going on in their lives as well. So we're actually kind of all just in that position, which also makes me feel better, because sometimes, you know, people make you feel so bad, as if like, how are you not available like 24/7? And it's like, how are you available? Do you like not have a job? Anyway, so I decided instead, you know, last year I was going to get hella strict with these jobs and like just being like, look, you're the ones, all of you need me more than I need you, right, at this point. So I'm going to behave that way. And so I've been letting people know, just so you know, I've got about another like 5 other people saying the same thing. So what are we doing to make this more tempting? And it works, by the way, because they're desperate. That's what's funny about the education system, is as much as they may not look after teachers and stuff, they need us. It's so funny hearing teams of people, the recruitment manager, the HR, the this and that. None of them can do my job. So no matter, and their job doesn't exist without me. My job very much exists without theirs, so it's quite funny. So that's another way I've been taking my power back a little bit. It's just like, the heck, why am I getting stressed? You guys stressed and you call me when you've got yourselves figured out. So that's another thing. Being very picky about the kind of work I do. If I'm going to work, I'm going to get paid accordingly. And I'm going to work only with people who I want to work with. Quite simple. I know, we live in a day and age where, look, I've done my shift of dealing with everybody. I've done my shift of playing Mrs. Nicey Nice. Those days are gone. I need peace in my own life. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, they're like not such small wins, but they're big wins for me, because I'm used to just being like, oh, I'm just so grateful for any little crumb that I'm given. But so for me to actually like kind of stand up for myself more and be like, no. And also not blame myself for everything that goes wrong is another big, small win. And so today I finally managed to sort out what I would describe as the last remaining, I don't know, annoying thing that I had to deal with, if you like. And I feel so relieved. It's done. Now all the interactions that I have in my life, for the most part, 95% of them are ones I'm happy to be a part of, which is a big deal for me, because as you know, I've been hating it all, but now I feel like I've found my groove, and I'm proud of myself, as sad as it sounds, because it's like, well, you're going to be 30 next year, like this should be so easy, and it's like, it's just not though. And like, I've had to learn to give myself a lot of grace for the sake of like, you know, there's a lot of things I really have just had to figure out by myself, and I've still done it. Like, I'm still doing the damn thing, even though I don't see the point, even though I'm getting annoyed with being, you know, finding existing unbearable. I'm doing the damn thing. It's like, even right now, the reason why I'm out talking to you guys is because I realized that my dream, like my sleep life, I've been sleeping. That's another thing. I've actually been sleeping every night, like proper sleep, and eating better. And when I say eating better, I just mean eating, because there's many days I go where I just don't eat at all, which is not healthy. Because I'm trying to, you know, I'm actually trying a little bit. I don't want to try because I feel scared that if I start trying, that like I'm going to try and then I'm just still going to be in this position this time next year, which is exactly what I said this time last year, which is exactly what I said this time last year. And I'm just like, God, when does it end? And by here, I don't necessarily mean the location. I mean the situation of not being in the promised land. You know what I mean? The funny thing is, the reason why I keep saying not being in the promised land is because I genuinely don't even know what the promised land is going to look like. Have they added a pathway? Ew! Why are we trying to encourage people to come in here? Oh, humans make me sick. Anyway, won't get distracted. I don't know what it's going to be there, but I just know it's going to be good because it's God. So that's why I've not really been trying. And I'll be honest, guys, a large part of last year I was self-sabotaging on purpose. Like, I was just kind of just philandering about and just faffing around, because I was just like, well, at least if things don't go where I'm hoping, I'll just have myself to blame. Because I don't want to, like, I know that sounds horrible, but that's how I was feeling. And now that's why I'm scared to try. I'm honestly, like, there's so many things I should and could be doing. So I'm going to try. That's going to be my next goal, is to actually, all this stuff that I'm sitting on, that I technically speaking could be doing, I'm going to try and actually do some of it. So there's that. And yeah, so I've been coming out in the first thing in the morning because I realized that although I usually try to, like, I got out of the habit of coming out like at sunrise or early. And I realized that when I go to sleep, I wake up like today, I wake up feeling horrific. My head hurts. My dreams are just whatever. I hate it. I hate sleeping, and I hate eating as well because I don't feel great with eating. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like it makes me feel more connected to my flesh and the world, and I'd rather feel connected to God. Like when I'm like not eating and not sleeping, I can feel my body does feel weaker, but because my body feels weaker, I feel more connected with God. So like when I do eat and sleep, I just feel like I feel heavy, like obviously heavier because I'm actually eating, although not like really heavier in weight per se. But I just feel like, oh, like more anchored into the world. But yeah, so I've reinstated planning what I'm doing the night before, which I've always done throughout my life. I only stopped doing it. Like when I say planning, I mean what I'm going to wear in the morning, what like things like that, right? Rather than faffing about in the morning trying to figure out what to wear. And most importantly, immediately leaving the house, like within minutes of waking up. Because there's just nothing that rejuvenates me like being outside. Because even if like I if I don't, I'll be like getting ready, starting work, doing work and all of this. And it will be about 12 o'clock before I actually feel alive again. I can't do that because I'm me. Whereas like now I can go out, it doesn't take long. I can just go for like a 30-minute walk, see if I can factor in something I need to do. There's something I need to post, but I haven't prepared it yet. You know, I can factor in these little tiny things to just give me a little bit of a boost. And then now I feel like I can take on the day. Now I feel a billion times better. I feel more awake, alert, alive. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. So shout out for the small wins in life, you guys. And for me, these are big wins because these are the things I'm not good with. You know, I'm pretty good at a lot of things. There's some things I'm really not good at. Relationships being one. You know, and just like caring, because I used to care, you know, when I was a teenager. I just keep thinking about 16-year-old me who was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to like go move to London and and learn how to dance in the best studios in the country and get a degree. Although I didn't really care about the degree. The degree was just a way for me to easily move to London at 18. I'll be so honest. And also, as a thank you to my grandma, who passed, unfortunately, in my second year. Oh, I found out somebody else from one of the churches I know here passed. Again, somebody who I actually liked, who I actually thought was like, so I found out she passed yesterday. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. How is it always these people are the ones passing away and the people that are wreaking havoc are living and thriving, living long lives? This is why I keep saying to you guys, I've obviously not done enough good for God to let me die yet. So that's problematic. Because if I was such a good person, I would be dead. I feel like by now. The heck, Enoch got to all skip dying altogether, and God was like, just pop back. Since you've been popping in and out anyways, you might as well just pop back up. We'll just take you back, mate. You're not going to die. Die who? Get up here. Yeah, so she passed away, so I did it for her as well. But like, I was so hopeful. Like, I'm really trying to get to that place of just like excitement and like drive and motivation. Like I used to go to the gym every morning, like without question. I was eating, my eating was disciplined. I was focused on my studies. I would like spend hours every day because I wasn't like obviously living in the city or something. I had my dance classes I used to go to. I would spend hours every day like watching and learning the choreography, like of all these famous choreographers all over the world. I was so driven. Like I was going to my Bible study. I was so on it. And if I was to take that same energy and place that into me now with all the new skills I have and all the experience and everything and all the opportunities that are technically in front of me, right? Because that's another elephant in the room. It's kind of like I'm all praying to God about the promised land. He's like, but look at you. How many things can you still do in your own strength with just what you have already? How many things are you not doing that you could do, you know? So if I could somehow find it within myself somewhere, like that's what I'm trying to do. I need to find it somewhere. I just feel like I just hate the world so much. Like I hate society so much that everything includes people, everything like, you know, the Lord gave me that very humbling lesson in 2023. And when he was like, yeah, by the way, you know, the things that you want to do, like at this stage, you've now passed the point where you can do all the things you want to do by yourself. And it's just like, for flip's sake. So, but anyways, like I said, small wins. We're doing the thing. I'm trying. You know what I mean? And the one thing I love about God is even though he knows that, like, unlike humans who will be like, oh, but you could do this, like what, you know, the situation I had to deal with today was to do my job. And, you know, these people, basically, I had to just close the door, right? And, you know, it's so funny. People will be like, oh, but you could do this, and you could do this. And it's like, but I don't want to. It's not worth it. You're not getting the point that this is a waste of my time. Like, I'm not teaching in any capacity where I know that I'm just adding to the negativity of the system. So everything has to be done on my terms. That's why it's like that. And it's like people just don't get it. They're just beating a dead horse. And I'm sick of having those conversations, right? So when the Lord sees what I'm doing and he sees why I'm doing it, I'm grateful that he can understand where I'm coming from and that my trying with him is good enough. To others, they look at it like from a worldly aspect of, oh, but this makes sense, or that makes sense, or you could just do that, or it's like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, for one. And obviously when people think you have an opportunity that they would have, that they would love to have, then they want you to do it because they would do it if they were you. And then it's like, yeah, well, you're not me, so maybe if you were me, you'd understand why I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's giving me a headache just thinking about this. So I'm going to skedaddle. I've watched the situation of myself. I've got a busy week ahead. So I'm going to get my life together in that aspect and do what I need to do. One thing I will say as well as a small win of the year so far is I have put behind me the part of me that likes to just be faffing about. I'm trying to actually be productive now, but I still don't really see a point, but I'm willing to do it in faith that God's going to make it worth it. And also I will say, I get it. Like, I do get why we're still in this position as humans, whether it be me, myself, the things I'm not doing, the lessons I haven't yet learned or hadn't yet learned, and also the world, because that's another thing that God's like, you know, you got to remember, I'm also working with what I have. Imagine if this universe is the best case scenario. Like, I'm got to work. I got to work with what you people give me, because I gave you power and dominion. You gave that power and dominion over, and now I've got to find anybody who's actually serious enough about me to work with. Otherwise, what am I supposed to work with? Which, honestly, valid. Like, it's so valid for him to say, to kind of have that energy of look, I'm trying to respect y'all's free will, and a lot of y'all claiming you're with me, but y'all using that same free will to become, workers of the kingdom of darkness. It's like you were backing God into a corner. Like, what is he supposed to do? He's respecting our free will that we're so desperate to have all the time, and our being able to do things how we want so desperately all the time. And, so I get that as well, where part of it is just we're still waiting for some people to wake up. We're still waiting for certain things to come together because of us. Because of us. As I said, even myself, I'm the one who's also got my own little tendencies of things I'm doing. My self-sabotage, my whatever, not being distracted, because I'm never really distracted, but I'm just, working through some things. And, and by the way, that story I told you guys about the horseback thing, so I could never go to a zoo, because seeing animals just thriving in their happiness in their habitat is just amazing. And truly, I feel so grateful for memories like that. But, so anyways, you guys, I'm just going to trust God. This is the 1st January, and this is a big win for me. This is the 1st January where I haven't just been eat, literally work, cry, sleep, repeat. I think I even put that as my title one year. Work, cry, sleep, repeat. That was what I usually do in January. I'm not usually actually trying to, not at least the last few years, actually get my life together, but I'm actually doing that. So for me, that's a big win. I'm taking a lot of risks because my heart will be absolutely shattered if all of this effort I've made throughout my life goes to nothing. But I have to trust in God's plan. So yeah, this faith journey is not easy, but it's worth it, even if just for the relationship I have with God, which makes everything worth it, you know what I mean? So anyways, you guys, I'm going to actually skedaddle. I hope, share with me your small wins if you want to, any little thing that's happened, you know what I mean? And just don't even see it as little, because sometimes what might be a small win to you, to somebody else is like a big win to you. And these things are small things to others, right? But for me, all the things I've mentioned, they're pretty big for me to have actually done. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, if life's a game, it's played to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.